Hey, are we on? Yes, we are. Hi, everybody. Are we on? Testing. Leslie here, Leslie Plazz, Zazoo Plazz. Here, December 14th, 2025. What is it? Like 1:30 in the afternoon. Actually, a normal time. Me and Christmas know me and friends. Here for our my third Sunday of Advent. Christmas Zazoo report. Oh, we get the Christmas socks out. Look at that. Look at that. Got deer and everything. My Christmas tree is looking a little like the Charlie Brown tree. Speaking of Charlie Brown, this my mom gave us this a few years ago. Max gave it to me last year. He thought I might want it. It it sings. I won't play it because it's annoying. But see, it's part of a collection. I guess my mom got it at the Hallmark store because she was so excited because she knew that I liked Charlie Brown and Friends, but it's part of this big long train, and you could collect like all the other Peanuts characters and like link them together, and they can all sing and dance at once. I only just have Charlie Brown though, you know, but I take them out every year, and you know, and then of course this year I got every year my cousin, my oldest cousin on my dad's side, she's got to be almost 70. She kind of just retired this year. She reluctantly. She's a big old boomer. She um she she had a choice to make, and her company was going through all these changes, and she's in like genetic biological. I don't know. She worked for some kind of medical company. She's a genius, PhD. All these like genetic stuff that I don't know, up in Seattle. So she kind of just retired, but she's also an amateur artist. She plays all these instruments. She's in these like bands for the fiddle and the banjo and the this, the that. She plays with the philharmonic. She plays the French horn. She's multi-talented, and none of us can live up to her. She's she's the oldest. I'm kind of in the middle down near the end. I'm smack in the middle. But so anyway, every year she makes her own Christmas cards, you know, and she sends them. And I've often wondered, she does she do each one individually? It looks like she's got like an art studio in her house. Her husband passed away a little while ago. He was sick. He was older, but it's amazing. She paints these and she sends them every year. Let heaven and nature sing. It's a little fox here, and she puts glitter and stuff. See, isn't that pretty? Um, so yeah, very nice. And she signs it, in the middle, and then she writes on the inside, wishing you peace. So, and then every year, and see the little fox here. It looks like he's pooping. But those are I guess those are little fox footprints. I thought he was leaving a little trail. But anyway, every year she prints out, as I don't know, she's old school. She prints out a newsletter with all of her adventures for the year, and she puts little pictures on the side, of all her everything that happened during the year. She comes east and visits. She's got pictures of some, like my my cousin. She has two younger brothers, and they both live on the East Coast. So she comes once a year. This year she brought the hurricane, I guess. Um, so it's nice letter. So anyway, every year I await her missive with bated breath. to see what she's been up to during the year. Mwah, mwah. Oh, mwah, mwah. Ah. Okay. Um. Anyway, so I get that. It wouldn't be Christmas without the Christmas letter and the homemade card. So see, some people are still doing these nice things. Um, and the news isn't always, her dog is doing great, so that she's doing great. She's having a good time. That's good. But some years the news has been mixed. Some years you get it and everything's good. Some years you get it and some stuff is bad. I She doesn't really do Facebook like I do it, so it's kind of like she sends it out to everybody. So, and I stopped doing Christmas cards a few years ago. I think I stopped after the pandemic. I think we might have sent one out that year. Oh, that's right. The boys were in the backyard. Was that 2019? I don't know. I think we started doing. We did a couple. 2021, I think. Like that might have been our last year, because the kids were getting older. But the boys, we had this picture of our youngest son. I think it was the year of the lockdown. Um, so he had. I think I might have said this last week. The image with him with the mask, with the tree over his, the tree over his shoulder. At the Christmas tree farm, bringing it home. And with his boots and everything. And it's funny that he ended up going to college and majoring in forestry because he always liked going out. It reminds me of Christmas Vacation where they go, the whole family, they go out to the Christmas tree farm and they cut down the tree and then bring it back. And then there's a squirrel that, in the tree. And, you know, all the stuff. You couldn't get it in the house. Um, I think it crashed through the window or something. There's a series of events, but it starts off with the Christmas tree episode with the Griswolds. Um, and we had a Christmas tree farm right up the street from us at um, at our house, and so they have real reindeer there, and they have place you can get hot cocoa and all this. Make it a day trip with the kids. So the boys always like going there and tromping out, going to get a tree, bringing it back. And from an early age, that kid, he's all been all about the trees. Like he wanted to help. I think his dad started letting him help. Just saw it when he was about 11, 12. I don't know, middle school someday. He really wanted to help with the tree, cut the tree down. And he would always want to chop wood. We let him learn to chop wood in the backyard. We had like a stump and we would, chop some wood. We had a whole forest behind, all lots of trees behind our house. So, we would take some of the extra wood and chop it. And so anyway, so all that stuff has been important on the holiday. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, I don't have much on my tree yet. I could make some origami birds or something from that origami kit my oldest son gave me for my birthday. You know, I just, I have old ornaments, but they don't look right on my new tree. And I don't have any new ornaments yet. I could have sworn that I had bought a thing to hang on my front door. It was like a tree, it was like a thing from the Dollar Tree, but it was like a truck, an old-fashioned truck, and the life of me, I can't find the damn thing. I don't know what I did with it. Did I throw it out? There's always one or two things every Christmas that you just, you know, sun's and set. But yeah, the sun is gonna square Saturn and Neptune. It's a little confusion. Mars is going into Capricorn tomorrow. So that's kind of a down to. We've been all over the place, party. attitude. Now we're getting down to business. So when Mars goes into Capricorn, that's when I always kick into, you know, overdrive. That's when I get 90% of my Christmas stuff done. Before then, I'm kind of, I don't take it seriously enough. You know, Mars and Sag. Um, yeah. So it's the energy I'm seeing this week. The moon, going to have a new moon in Sag on the 19th. So, you know, it's not a time to make big, you know, sweeping moves. Um, we might have trouble making decisions, you know. My Sun square Saturn Neptune is limitation of our dreams. You know, you got to keep believing in our dreams, but you know, not. We got to have patience, right, for the long haul. So it's kind of, you know, we can tend to say, it's like the song that two songs I picked today. Yeah. Anyway, I'll keep that a surprise. But you know, it's like. um, it's at the third Sunday of Advent. It's not here yet. When is it coming? Where are we not? You know, the kids are like, when's Santa gonna come? When is Santa? And the parents are going, oh boy, I am not ready for that. We're not ready. And but you know, and then you get to be 60, and it's like you're bored again. It's like what is all this? You know, first you can't believe, you know, you believe in Santa, right? The magic and the wonder when you're kids, and then you get thrown into the adult world where you have to make everything happen. You have to make the magic happen, right? You got to do it for your kids, and then you get to the point where it's like all those people that you shared all those Christmases with, they're not here anymore, and then so then you have time to think, and you're like, well, you know, now what? Where do I go from here? And it's not clear sometimes. So that's where I find myself. Anyway, I'm trying to be festive, you know, for the guys, the boys, they're grown up now. I'm 22 and 25. So it's like they've got plans, they've got friends, they've got lives of their own, but you still want to, you know, be a family, and you know, my dad's still around, and you want to make it festive. You just don't know how, kind of, you know. So it's sort of, you know, God's saying, universe says, hey, what do you want? What do I want? I don't know what I want. Spent my whole life trying to, you know, make Christmas happy for everybody else, or you know, going here, going there. What do you know? It's not about the presents. It's deeper than that. You know, one common theme I've always known since I was a kid is, you know, you got to be good, right? For Jesus, it wasn't always just Santa. For me, it was, you know, growing up Catholic. They lay on the guilt, like, do you deserve, you know, and but they, you know, they package it in terms of Santa. Have you been good? You better not pout. You better not, you know, cry, right? So that goes right to what's in the Bible and all the readings, right? We just have to connect the dots. It's the same thing. Do we deserve, you know, the coming of the Christ light at Christmas? Have we, or what if, you know, have we done our best this year to bring joy, to bring peace, spread, you know, goodwill? What have we done? You know, it's like that. So it is Christmas, John Lennon song, right? So is this Christmas, and what have we done? Now, what have you done this year? It's a good time to review that. You know, make sure you're just you 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 know, because you get what, you know, what's coming to you is what you put out there. Just basic karmic terms, you know. It's not fancy. It's pretty simple. So here we go. Okay, Zazoo, get into it. Okay. Oh, and then I wanted to but I do want to rant about a couple of things. We just had beautiful snowfall today here in Connecticut. It's like sugar out there on the trees. It was so beautiful. I had my lights on. I do have my lights on my Christmas tree. And it was very nice and simple and cozy. I some decorating. Um, so I did my post on Facebook. I was everybody and their brother was on there, and my reels got held up, so they're just scanning and scanning and scanning, and it takes hours for them to post. So that was getting under my skin, and then uh, and then I've had this electric toothbrush for years. I had it back up at the house. My ex got it, through his health plan. He got all of us, electric toothbrush. I don't know how long I've had the damn thing. It's probably 5 years old at least. And I got new, brush heads for it. But I go to brush, and the thing's been charging. It was fine. It crapped out on me. It's like I'm brushing and all of a sudden, push the button. It was great. That's what we needed this week. We needed that damn toothbrush. Fortunately, I just went to the dentist and they gave me an old-fashioned manual. So while I may have to order a new one, it's got that red light on it. I can take it apart, clean it a little, see if it's gunked up. If it isn't, I might have to bite the bullet and get myself a new damn toothbrush for Christmas. That's Saturn, probably. It's a Saturn thing. Saturn rules the teeth. Yep, here we go into Capricorn. All right, so I'm going to do that. Our little doggy, she's BB, that doggy. On the cover of my book, she's having trouble. She's 16 years old. I hear she's having some trouble walking, and she got a brand new bed for Christmas. So hopefully she can go to the vet and get some relief, get some healing. And that's part of the reading this week. We're in Isaiah again, and talk about that. It says the desert, the parched land will bloom with flowers and will exult. Feeble hands will be made strong. Weak knees will be made firm. So I was thinking about our doggie because she's got weak knees. She's got weak legs. Said they will be made firm. Fear not, he said to the frightened. God will save us. As he'll open the eyes of the blind, the ears of the deaf will hear, the sorrowful. There will be no sorrow or mourning. The mute will sing. That's beautiful. And the psalm says, "Lord, come and save us." So there's this theme of God saving us. Let's say the fatherless and the widow he sustains. The way of the wicked he thwarts. So there's judgment going on here, right? But that's Sagittarius. But God keeps his faith forever. In other words, stay the course. God is patient with us. He stays the course. So we're being called to look at the example of those in the scriptures, right? The prophets, Jesus, those who followed Jesus, what their lives can be an example for us, right? When we're confused and we don't know what to do or how to act sometimes, don't look to social media. Don't look on TikTok because you're not going to find it there. Watch my videos. Anyway, yeah. So that's kind of the flavor of the week. We can. It's kind of a long haul. Here we are at the end of the year. It's like, hang on. It's going to get better. But and that's the whole idea of Christmas. Looking for the star, right? It's the journey. Even the Magi, they crossed the desert, right? Jesus and Mary, they crossed the desert to go to have, Bethlehem, right? So there's this, you know, idea that that which is barren, parched, or lacking will bloom, will be full of life, right? So that's what we're dealing with here. Right? Yeah. Christmas T-shirt up. So then we have the Epistle of James. James, who was half brother of Jesus. I didn't know Jesus had brothers, brothers. He had 4 brothers, I guess. Maybe Joseph's kids, or yeah, I don't know. I think they were half brothers. Um, so yeah, so this James, he was initially he wasn't a believer, but then after the resurrection, he turned he did, and then he became a leader in the early church. But his thing was preaching this patience and manifest good works, showing your faith through good works. And he was kind of a practical guy, James. Sounds like you know. Um, so he talks about being patient like a farmer waiting for the crops to grow, right? But not complaining, making your heart firm, lest you be, don't complain lest you be judged, right? So, um, yeah, judgment there again, Sagittarius. Um, if you complain, what happens is um, you're not being, you're not showing gratitude, right? If you're complaining, you really, it's a lower energy, so you're not going to get it. If you complain, um, then you'll get more of the same. So, yeah, better not pout, better not cry, right? I'm telling you why, because you're not going to get what you want. So yeah, said the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He's anointed me to bring glad tidings to the poor. Yeah. So, and then we have, which is what John the Baptist did. He was out there crying in the desert by the river, telling people, living in his van down by the no. So this is Matthew 11, the gospel. So John the Baptist he's in prison, and he's hearing about Jesus the Christ. He heard of the Christ, and he sent his disciples to Jesus to ask, "Hey, are you the one? Are you the one I've been waiting for?" And Jesus said to tell him about all the healing that had happened, right? And the dead being raised, the lepers cleansed, and he said, "Blessed is the one who takes no offense at me." I love it. So yeah, so then Jesus is speaking to he's speaking to all the crowds about John the Baptist, and he says, "Who did you go to the desert to see? Did you think he was going to be all dressed up like royalty? No. Did you want to be impressed by his appearance, or did you go to see a prophet?" And so that's like today, right? Who do you follow on social media? You just follow the influencers who, throw money at the people who are just, out there spouting, they're just, trying to get to their million followers, and they don't really care about teaching you anything, coming up with anything original, right? Same old. How do you feel after? How does certain people's energy make you feel? Is that someone? Are you following somebody just because they have a lot of followers? Are you following somebody who's really trying to make the world a better place, you know, and and spreading, positive messages? Or are you following somebody just because they get corporate sponsors and they get junk sent to them? I don't know. It's distasteful. It's not real, right? It's fake. It looks good. Anyways, but it's okay. But it's fake. It's all fake, right? So here we go. Leave it to Gen X to set you straight. But not all Gen X are saying the same thing. Anyway, um, yeah, I get to it, Zazoo. You're digging yourself a big hole. Okay. Yeah. So he said, did you? He said, yes, he's a prophet, right? But he's more. He said, he's a, those born as human, he's the greatest. But the least in heaven is still greater than he is. So what Jesus was saying, I think, was that in the age to come, right? Real spiritual leaders are going to lift you up to their level and then push you beyond, right? As far as you can go. There's not going to be this hierarchy, right? This one's better than this one, better than that one. No, gurus, all that stuff. It's a type of practical spiritual management, right? How shall I live, right? Um, yeah, not just bowing down and like no, realizing that each one of us has to take responsibility, for our spiritual growth, right? Not looking to somebody else to do it for you, to take it from you, right? So, okay, I'm going to Rick roll you today. We got two very Rickmas. We got two Rick Astley songs for you. If you know, you know. Yeah. So yeah, the first one. Okay, I guess he wrote this song, "Never Gonna Stop," during the. Let's see. Um, oh no. Okay. Yeah, this one he was released August 22. It's August 22nd, 2023, from his ninth album. Are We There Yet? It's great. And his music is kind of inspired by soul, blues kind of music, and he even sounds like he's a soul singer. He's still got that great voice. I mean, he looks great. He's a year younger than me. He's 59. So he's going to be 60 in like February. So he's just a few months younger than me. So he's a real Gen X, OG Gen X. And but he looks and sounds great. So he wrote this song after he read about AI, and so the song is about not losing our human, everything that makes us human, which is very timely. It's a recent song. I don't always do vintage stuff now. Some of this stuff is really relevant. Um, and it's refreshing that he's feeling the way a lot of us feel, of our generation. Um, his wife, it's funny, he had been sick, so he missed the video. He was pressed for time. So his wife, he went for a walk on the beach with his wife, and she filmed the video on her cell phone. I love that. So we hack things. We Gen Xers, we know how to get it done, right? That's all you gotta be. And it's a great video. Simple, but it's just him walking in the woods, him walking on the beach, in England where he lives. And yeah, it's really nice. And then the second one, I stumbled across it, and I never knew that this was out, but called Love This Christmas. Now this one came out November 30th, 2020. And that was the year of the lockdown. And he wrote this, you know, during lockdown. So when we weren't allowed to, get together and hang out. So, he says, I chose it. He says, we all have hopes and dreams and stuff. And what we need is, he said that his wish was that everybody's dreams would come true this holiday season. And he talks about human togetherness and love being what we need. Um, yeah, what have we done to deserve a beautiful Christmas? Um, and the video is funny. He's just watch it. It's good. It's it'll get you in the holiday spirit as much as possible. It helps. Um, it's not a really sappy song. It's cool. It's a Rick roll. Very Rickmas. Yeah. So I thought it was very positive. Yeah, very good. Um, oh yeah, enjoy those songs. And think about. I like to listen to the music and sort of meditate. We can, anyway, anyway. So that's all I got for this week. I'm gonna go have my paleo healthy hot chocolate, and I gotta make chicken fajitas. I got chicken. I'm gonna make fajitas. And, I gotta plan my meals for Christmas, and um, I did get a few special gifts uh, under the wire. The ones that I had to do online, I got in under the wire. Hopefully, I'll pick up a few more things this week, and some gift cards and e-cards and whatever. So yeah, enjoy your Christmas plans, shopping, and hope all your hopes and dreams come true this holiday season. Hope you have a great one, friends, family, and friends. And I will be back. One more Zazoo report before Christmas. Oh, good. She's leaving. And I'll be here, same place, different time next week.